right on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to Ehradio, and this is the Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. Today's Morning Moment we're doing live. On September the 6th, 2018, I did a screen grab. Why? Because I wanted to see how many followers that Ehradio had. The number was 565. Not a lot, you say. I agree. But it didn't kind of marry up with what I knew was going on. That's why I did the screen grab. Since that time, I have noticed many more people following Ehradio. You get the notifications. You do. I do. I know how it works. So today, we did another screen grab. Now, bearing in mind, that's about a month in time, and I know how many people have flashed up in the meantime to say that they are now following Ehradio. An increase of 3 doesn't quite marry up, does it? So you decide what's really going on. And if you don't believe me, keep an eye on your own Twitter feed. Do a screen grab today, make a note on the calendar, and do a screen grab again in 30 days, making a note as best you can in the meantime of how many new followers you get. Because at the end of the day, it's all about perception. If someone appears to be small in number, then you kind of disregard their activities. If somebody's only got 6 followers, you kind of follow them, but don't take a lot of notice. I know that this Twitter feed, Ehradio, has at least 3 times the number of followers than is showing on the counter. Maybe more. I can't be sure. Because who knows if you're even getting the notifications. But if you multiply that up across this country and many other countries, it makes you wonder. I liken it to the situation in the last provincial election in Ontario, where we were told there was no chance of Doug Ford winning. No chance. So why bother to vote? Because he has no chance. The actual result was considerably different, and that's an underestimate. And that is an underestimation of a factor of 100, because the opposition, the now opposition, were almost completely wiped out. The current government at the time, before June, has now been completely wiped from office. I think there's about 7 members left. So if we'd all believed the media at the time, a lot of us wouldn't have voted, would we? And that would have changed the election, wouldn't it? Now, I'm not saying Ehradio is that important, because it's not. But if you multiply that out many, many times, it can make a difference. And do you think that's an accident? Because we don't. Thank you for joining us. And that's it. Until next time. You can find more at ehradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. You can now find us on Spotify. Just go to the podcast section and type Canadian Politics with a Twist and you'll find us. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under Ehradio, that's EHRADIO, Ehradio, and please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at ehradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.